I'm being forcibly removed from the building again of a public lobby, so.
So if you want to take out that gun and badge, I'm happy to scrap with you one day. You want to do it, let's do it. Let me know, buddy.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
Do you know where Lieutenant Mingus is right now? So no, he's not in the building?
I don't know. I'm not.
What do you know?
Okay, I don't want that man taking my picture. Why don't you take him out of here?
Sir, you hit me.
I'm gonna do
You
that
hit
next,
me.
okay?
Sir, okay, now
you take my picture then. I don't know you.
I'm not telling you nothing else until I find out who's driving that vehicle. You not a supervisor, bro. I need somebody higher than you right now.
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now! She spit in my face!
Today's video takes us to Monument, Colorado, where we find an auditor that goes by the name of Sweet Tea Audits. Oh, I think I just made a mistake and said auditor. Of course, you know I meant to say Frauditor, because this woman's just as stupid as the people she hangs around with, namely Denver Metro Audits. Yeah, they're good buddies. As a matter of fact, they hang around all the time now. Maybe Sweet Tea's picking up some tips from Christopher. I don't know, and I don't care. But in this episode, she tries to play up the Constitution and gets shut down and does the walk of shame as she's trespassed. Enjoy!
We are at the Pikes Peak Public Library District. This is the Monument branch located at 1706 Lake Woodmore Drive in Monument, Colorado. So we're just gonna take a peek in here and see what we got going on in this library.
Okay, so this is the woman behind the camera, and she hangs out with Denver Metro Audits and Donut Hole Audits, which makes her a moron, an imbecile, and an idiot just like the two of them. I don't know what her problem is. She's trying to get her channel off the ground. She claims to be an activist. Whatever that means. Yeah, she's an activist, all right. She's a troublemaker. And as we shall soon find out, she doesn't know what the word trespass means. No doubt about it, baby.
Moments later.
So I just wanted to let you know, while you are totally welcome to film the library and staff, because of privacy issues, we can't let you film other patrons. So you are welcome
That's
to
not
do
true. You're in public, so you have no expectation of privacy.
Unfortunately, it's a little different in the library. There is an expectation of privacy in the
go
library,
check
and
your
I can
rules on
absolutely
that.
give you our policy on that.
No.
Okay.
I'll take your policy though, because that is actually against the Constitution.
So here we have another constitutional crusader, someone who's out there to protect our Bill of Rights. How lovely. Well, I'll tell you something. My Bill of Rights doesn't need any protection from you, sweetheart. Why don't you pack it up and go home? Oh, and by the way, get a real job.
Ma'am.
If you don't join me at the desk, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the library for the day.
I'll be out of your hair in a few when I'm done. I suggest for you to contact your management and ask them about recording in the public library.
And we will absolutely do that. For now,
What is your name, please?
my name is Athena.
Athena what?
It's just Athena.
Athena. Okay. Is that something for me?
It is.
Thank you.
And if you don't leave, you are going to be suspended, unfortunately. That is our next step.
You're going to suspend me?
Yes.
For what?
For filming other patrons, which is against our policy.
Okay, I can't help that they're sitting in a public area, and I am allowed to film in a public area.
All
So
right.
you might want to check with your supervisor.
Well,
I highly recommend you go check with your supervisor, Athena. I'm
I
not
understand
kidding
that
you.
this is what you think is allowed, but
Okay.
unfortunately this is
I've
in
been doing
violation
this
of our
a
policy.
long time.
Well now, Sweet Tea says she's been doing this for a long time. Let's just have a look at her Social Blade standings. User created on February 9th of 2022. Well, bloody hell, what is this? March, April, May. We're not even 4 months into it yet. That's a long time to you? Ooh, let's look at the earnings. Oh, $79 a month and $953 for the year. That's a geyser of money. Let's look at the daily view count. Oh, dearie me. It looks like your biggest day was, well, we won't embarrass you by saying that on the air. Oh, my goodness gracious. You know, the only reason you came to my attention, Sweet Tea, is because you hang out with that moron Christopher from Denver Metro Audits. Yeah, that guy's a real piece of work. I don't think you should hang around him. You should branch out on your own.
And I need you to go check with your supervisor before you get yourself put in the blender.
Ma'am, I understand that you think you are allowed to do this.
What is
and I
your
will
title
happily-
here?
I am a senior library associate.
Okay, go check with your supervisor and ask them if I'm allowed to record in a public library.
Well, my supervisor is not in the building currently.
Okay, then I
am allowed
suggest
to ask
you
to leave.
No, ma'am, you cannot ask me to
All right.
leave for recording in a public library.
And unfortunately, we are going
No,
to have
ma'am.
to take the next steps.
Okay, do what you gotta do, Athena.
A few moments later.
Did you call the cops on me? Do I need to wait?
I have not called anyone yet because you are not yet suspended.
Suspended? Suspended for what?
Suspended for not complying with staff requests to cease filming
Okay,
other
so
patrons, which is against our
Do your
policy.
feelings trump my First Amendment?
Ma'am, I am happy to show you our policy and thank you for no
Okay.
longer filming other patrons.
Your policy
This is great. This
does
is fine
not
having the camera right
trump
here.
my First Amendment, Athena.
This moron firmly believes that her First Amendment rights trump everything else. Oh, what a moron indeed. I tell you something about the First Amendment. It's a great thing to have anywhere. And people come from all over the world to embrace not only our First Amendment, but all of our freedoms that we enjoy here in America. It's beautiful. But it's not an absolute right, Sweet Tea, no doubt about it. Now, furthermore, Sweet Tea believes she cannot be trespassed from a public building just because she's filming. Well, I'll tell you something. You can be trespassed, and today you will be trespassed. Doesn't that sound lovely? Oh, by the way, I almost forgot. What does any of this have to do, really, with preserving our First Amendment rights here in America? So you go into a library, you can't read or write, but you're going to go in there anyway, disrupt the patrons, and prove that you have a right to be there. How does that help us preserve our American rights here? I'm confused. Can anybody explain that to me? Anybody?
You really should check on that.
I am happy to print you off the policy.
It's a policy, ma'am. I do not work for you. Therefore, your policy does not apply to me or take away my First Amendment to do journalism in a public place.
And I absolutely understand that's what
But
you think
you're
your
not
right is here, and
understanding
I
it.
didn't set the policy, and I will happily put you in contact with the people who did set it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, this,
You have a camera right over here, and they're recording everybody that comes in. So how is this any different?
unfortunately, you're going to have to ask someone higher up about that.
Okay.
I am sorry, but it is my responsibility to do this.
Okay, I suggest you to ask somebody higher up than you if I'm allowed to be in here and record anything that my eyes can see, including the patrons.
I am currently printing off our filming, photography, and recording policy.
Well, we have several things going on in this last clip. First of all, just because you post videos on YouTube does not make you a journalist. Of course, you may think it does because the First Amendment says freedom of the press. The only thing is, you're not a member of the press. Oh, do you have your CNN card by any chance? Perhaps you do. And then what else do we have? Oh, yeah, how could I forget? The security cameras in the ceiling are recording this woman as she feels violated. Well, those cameras are there for your safety and security, and I can guarantee you, you won't see the footage being sold on YouTube for commercial profit, much like your video. No doubt about that. Of course, looking at your Social Blade stats, you're not making all that much money. And then finally, you want this poor woman to call her supervisor. Multiple times you've asked her, and she's informed you the supervisor is not in the building today. So why do you keep asking for the supervisor? Perhaps you're just too stupid to understand plain English? Well, I have good news. You're in the right place. Because you can learn all about the English language. Yes, indeed.
And Athena, can I get your last name so I can file a complaint?
If you tell them that you have a complaint against Athena in the library district, they will absolutely know who that is. That is our filming and photography policy.
Okay, again, it doesn't matter to me, but I'll just take it because I do want to make sure that I publish that. Again, your policy does not take away my First Amendment right.
All right, and you are welcome to speak with someone higher up than me.
May I
who
get a
sets that
card?
Policy. Absolutely. Let me see. You can have the card of our Chief Public Service Officer. She is actually currently our CEO. Let's see if there's anyone else whose card would be helpful for you. You are welcome to have the card of the library manager as well.
Oh, wonderful.
So, if you are ready to stop filming other patrons...
I realize that everyone watching this is riveted to their seat at this moment watching this high quality content, and I do apologize, but I'm going to cut out quite a bit of this. Let's get to the part where the police arrive, because all this is bickering back and forth. So pardon me while I speed everything up.
Much later.
Ma'am, I wasn't intentionally trying to film your patrons. I was filming what was visual to my eyes.
I understand
I can't
that you've been asked to stop and now you've been asked
Ma'am,
to
you can't trump your policy on my First Amendment. Sir, what do you say?
Here's the deal. At this point, that's something you have to take up somewhere else. You've been asked to leave. So if you don't leave, then you're considered trespassing, which is a crime which you can be put in jail for.
Really?
Once you've been asked to leave, you have to leave.
Okay, I need your last name, Athena, so I can report you.
You are welcome to ask the library district and make any complaints about me that you feel are necessary.
If you have a first name, you can call the library, tell them it's a monument branch. I'm pretty sure they'll be able to figure out who you're talking about.
Okay.
We also have video of them so they'll know who they are.
Right, and you guys do know that you're in violation of constitutional rights. Your policy does not trump your constitutional rights.
Just imagine for a moment, if you will, if we didn't have rules, regulations, and policies, and all we had were laws, we'd have an awful lot of laws on the books, wouldn't we? No doubt about it. But anyway, that's what these frauditors do. They go places and they look for a loophole, something that they can take and make a molehill into a mountain. And that's what this lady's doing. She thinks that she has the right to walk into a public library and film every single thing she can see from public, and that's just not how it is. Now, there's limitations on the First Amendment. Even though we like to think here in America we can do anything we want, we can say anything we want, well, we can, but it's within reason. When it becomes to the point where it's causing a disturbance, then it's going to have to stop. And that's what this lady's doing. Right now, she's causing a disturbance and refusing to leave.
Well, if they have a policy about videoing, yes, they can.
Right, I was videoing the facility. I can't help that somebody's in front of my camera. What am I supposed to do, Athena?
At this point, they've asked you to leave, so you have to leave.
Okay, I'd like to have that paperwork that you gave me.
Absolutely.
And this will definitely be revisited again.
This is...
I can't wait for it. Awesome. And what is your name, please?
My name's Chad. I'm the Deputy Chief, Whitmore Public Safety.
Chad?
Yep.
What is your last name?
It's right there.
Right there.
It's right there.
Chad right there?
It's on my name tag.
Chad right there?
It's on my name tag.
Sir, I need you.
I have no policy that requires me to give you my name.
Really?
No, I don't.
What
I'm
company
private security.
are you with?
I'm private security for Whitmore Public Safety.
From
We're private
Whitmore
security.
Public Safety.
We are contracted for this entire building.
Are you carrying a gun?
Yes,
Yep.
I am.
So you're carrying a gun and you're
Yes, I
not
am.
required to identify.
Nope, we have no policies that require us to identify ourselves.
Really?
Yep.
This poor woman seems really butthurt that she can't get last names. Hey, it's right there. No doubt about it. Yeah, if you can't read, I don't know what to tell you to do. But then I think earlier I said she's illiterate. That's why she's at the library. Yeah, I find it rather ironic that all frauditors are illiterate, but yet they go to a library to try to audit. What's the purpose? What's the purpose? I don't get the purpose. You want to go to a library and disrupt patrons all in the name of what? Preserving our First Amendment rights. How noble. How noble. It really is. But it doesn't do a damn thing. It really doesn't. Although you think it does. No doubt about it. All you're doing is for clicks and views on your pitiful YouTube channel. And we've already seen you're making no money. So I don't get it. What is it? What is the attraction?
Wow.
Once again, you have my first name. You have me on video. We're an 8-man department. It ain't hard to find me.
Wow. Alrighty. Well, you guys will be definitely followed up on.
And oh, by the way, just so you know, policy, which you clearly know, does not mean law, does not mean it is forced.
Exactly. So you can't force me out of here.
Well, yes, we can, because you're violating law now. You've been
Okay,
asked
so
to
you're
leave,
forcing me out
and you're
of
not
here for
leaving. So
I
that's
wasn't
trespassing.
doing anything wrong.
It doesn't
She's
matter. Once they ask you to leave, and you don't leave, it's trespassing. Flat out.
Is that
Flat out.
your say-so on that?
That's the law.
Okay.
Once you're asked to leave, it doesn't matter anything else.
Chad?
Yes. Once you've been asked to leave, it doesn't matter anything else.
Okay.
If you don't leave, you're trespassing.
Anyway, we have Chad here and Athena, who's refusing to let me record in the public library.
Oh, dearie me. This is when Sweet Tea got upset and she had to go tell Christopher from Denver Metro Audits, and then he took the whole gang back there. They stormed the library and they proved that they could stand there and record in public all day. No doubt about it, yeah. Well, you know what? The police just don't have time to come out there and waste on these frauditors all day. No doubt, yeah. And then it empowers the frauditors. It makes them feel like they're powerful, when in fact, they're just a bunch of punks.
On multiple video cameras, refusing to leave, so now you're trespassing.
What's the difference?
It doesn't matter. You've been asked to leave. If you don't leave, you're
What's the
trespassing.
difference?
That doesn't matter now.
They're recording
That
other
doesn't
patrons.
matter. Doesn't matter at all.
Okay. All right. Thanks,
That's
sir.
a policy you need to take up with higher
Thanks,
ups.
Athena.
Once you've been asked to leave,
You're
must
going to be on the
leave
YouTube
immediately.
star, girl.
Once you've been asked to leave.
Sir, shut up. Sir, shut up.
Using my constitutional right to talk.
Okay, and I'm telling you to shut up. CDY 674,
Yep.
Mr. Chad here, who
Yep.
won't identify his full name, yet he carries a gun.
Sure do.
Yeah, and he wants to be about this.
I'm not paying the deck. I'm enforcing law.
No, you're not enforcing law,
When
sir.
you've been asked to leave,
Really?
you must leave,
Sir,
or you're trespassing.
The poor lass just doesn't understand what the word leave means, nor does she understand what the word trespass means. I guess what we're going to have to do here, ladies and gentlemen, is just go ahead and write her a trespass citation. I think that would solve everything. Yeah, on the other hand, perhaps not. Let's watch and find out what really happens.
What gives you the right to remain here after you've been asked to leave?
I was doing nothing wrong.
That doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It
matters a lot.
It does not matter.
It really does.
Once a private entity asks you to leave, you
It's
must
not a
leave.
private entity, sir. It's a public library.
It's still a private entity.
It's not. It's a public library.
It's still private property.
Sir, it's a public.
This is private property.
Who funds the public
It
library?
doesn't matter. They pay rent to be in this building.
Check out this guy.
They
He
pay
says it
rent to be in this
doesn't
building,
matter.
which
With
makes it
whose
private
money?
property.
With
It doesn't
taxpayers?
matter.
Yes, sir.
I'm in charge of this
With
property.
Taxpayers'
It
money.
doesn't matter. I'm in charge of this property. And I have asked you to leave, and you're not leaving. That's trespassing.
Leave. How
I'm
much
asking
more
you
do
to
you
leave
want me?
the property.
I'm not allowed to patronize any
No,
of the other.
you're leaving the entire property.
Really?
You're officially trespassed from this entire
I need your last
property.
name, your first name.
Right there.
Chad Forcure.
It's right there.
I like this public officer. Yeah, he's not giving out any names. It's right there. If you can't read it, man, I don't know what to tell you. You got your potato cam there. Take a picture of it. When you go home, maybe your mommy can help you read it. Oh, I love this guy. Isn't he great? We need more people like him. It's right there. It's right there. I love it. Don't you? Don't you love it? I do.
Forcure, Forquer.
It's right there.
All right, Chad. You will be hearing
You're
from me.
officially trespassed from this entire property.
Okay, Chad. Okay. Okay. Sir, get the f away from me.
Nope, I'm making
Get
sure you
the
leave.
f away from me.
I'm making sure you leave the property.
I will leave the property. Stay away from me.
You're afraid I'll get your license plate? Is that private?
Right here.
Okay.
Go ahead. I don't give any craps whatsoever.
Then leave.
But now you're stalking me.
No, I'm making sure you leave the
You
property.
are stalking me.
I'm making sure you leave the property.
Yep. Stay away from me, Chad. Stay away.
I'll stand right here and make sure you leave the property.
Oh, I'll leave. That's hilarious.
Better make it fast, because
We got YouTube
police are
stars.
already on their way.
Then I need to wait.
No, you don't have to wait.
Yes, did
I'm
you call the police on me? If you did, I have to wait.
This is the mentality of a frauditor. He wants to wait for the cops to arrive, where normal thinking people would want to leave before the cops would arrive. But that's what happens. Frauditors want confrontation because it's good for the YouTube channel. Arguing with the police is excellent. Oh, that's going to garner many more views than just arguing with a public safety officer. And now this idiot wants to stick around. Well, I'm telling you, you've already been asked to leave. If you don't leave, that could be considered loitering at the very least, but this cop is going to go for trespassing. Yeah, when you have no clear intent, when you have no clear purpose, that's considered loitering. But you've been asked to leave. That's going to be considered trespassing. Yeah, stupid is as stupid does. And this woman hangs around with Denver Metro Audits, so she's definitely headed down the wrong path, and nothing good is going to happen for her.
I didn't call the police.
Then who did?
The library did.
Okay, then I have to wait. Chad, are you telling me to flee the scene?
No, because I will tell them I told you to leave and you left. And nothing will be more of it.
No, if the police came, I have to stay.
No, they don't. You don't.
Yeah, because that's called fleeing a scene.
They were called because you wouldn't leave. If you leave, guess what? The problem's solved.
Okay, I guess I'll have to wait for the police then.
Fine. Then they'll get all the video of you refusing to leave.
I have all the video too of what she was saying to me.
You're refusing to leave multiple times.
Are they coming?
Yeah, they're on their way.
Okay.
Perhaps if Sweet Tea clicks her heels 3 times and says, "There's no place like home. There's no place like home," and she'll be magically transported back to Kansas. Oh, I forgot. This is not the Wizard of Oz movie. Let's get on with the... Forget about it. Let's just get on with it.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
By the way, I have no clue what happened to her video at this point. It's like it's in slow motion, but it's not my fault. I just want you to know that.
Now he's trying to trespass me from the entire property.
Hi.
Hi.
So you have the ID on you?
No.
What's your name?
I don't need to give that, sir.
Because I'm here investigating crime. And because of that, you are my prime suspect. I need to know your name.
What crime did I commit?
Trespass.
Sir, I wasn't, though. I was They made that up. I'm letting you know they made it up.
That's fine, but I need to know their names and I need to know your name.
Sir, I don't feel that I need to give you my name because I've not committed a crime.
You have. I'm
What crime did I commit?
I'm investigating a crime. And
Okay, I did not commit a crime. I'm not about to commit a crime, and I didn't intend to commit a crime.
Do they have your name?
No, I'm a good citizen. I was here simply recording the public library, and I couldn't help that somebody was walking in front of my camera, and that made her flip out.
Well, you have committed a crime because now you've caused a disturbance, and as a result, you have been trespassed. So your crime here today is trespassing on public property. And most certainly you can be trespassed from public property. And don't forget, doesn't matter if the business is public or private, they always reserve to rights to refuse service. They always reserve the right. You must remember that. Yeah, because if you go in someplace and you don't follow the rules and the policies, forget about the laws. If you don't follow the rules and the policies, you can be asked to leave. And then if you don't leave, look what happens. You get trespassed. How lovely is that?
Because they want you trespassed. They don't want you here anymore.
I won't come back. I'm leaving now. If I come back, then you can get my name.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. I'm leaving.
Have a good day.
Wait, can I get your name? I would love that.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. Sir, may I get your card? Well, you made contact with me, so may I get your card? I don't have a card. A good citizen. Sir, really, you're on duty right here? Is that what you tell the judge?
So this is a county call, this is his call, so I'm here to support him.
Right, but you made contact with me first. Okay, great. Have a great day.
Well, there you have it, folks. It looks like policy does trump the First Amendment after all. Who would have thought that? But I tell you what happened. About a month later, she went back there with her crew and Denver Metro Audits and Donut Hole Audits and a couple other idiots. Yeah, they stormed the library and they stood in there and filmed to their heart's content, and the police never showed up. Well, that's because the police were busy with other more pressing matters, so you didn't win anything. Let's see if you go back again and find out what happened, sweetheart. No doubt about that. But if you enjoy watching idiots, imbeciles, and morons on my channel, please subscribe. As always, thanks so much for stopping by. Cheers to that.
Oh, you assaulted me.
I did.
You assaulted me. She assaulted me. Racist. Oh, that's a hate crime. You're being disorderly. Call the police. Call the police. Call the police.
I'm not sitting down. I refuse to sit down. I refuse. Big tough guy. Big tough guy. Big tough guy. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Nothing. You can come try to make me. You're welcome to try to make me. Take a swing. Take a swing.
What is the reason for calling the officers here?
You'll go to jail, bro. Go ahead, put your hands on me. Put your hands on me.
No reason to have. I'm really unhappy that somebody did this to me.
I'm gonna arrest you for trespassing in a minute.
On public property?
Yeah, we're asking you to leave and you're not leaving. That's trespassing.
She's right in my face, guys. You just assaulted me, ma'am. You can't come up and touch me like that.
You don't have permission to film me in any space.
I don't need permission to
Yes, you do.
record you in public, ma'am. No,
Actually,
that's the
you do.
law.
Salam Yahala Hamdullah.
Allahu Akbar. Haknuikan da kra. Ula wala fufatay.
Greetings, Dr. Dave here. There was a great deal of confusion when I posted yesterday about my members only section. I will never charge to watch content on my channel ever. Let me repeat that. There will never be a charge to watch any videos on my channel. The members only section I was referring to is strictly for live streams. It's optional. You will never pay one single penny to watch anything on my videos or live streams. It's completely optional. If you would like to join the channel, it's up to you, but it will never cost a penny to watch anything on my channel ever. Now, let me get on with the public service announcement. Hello everyone, Dr. Dave here. Due to high demand and interest, Dr. Dave has decided to create a members only area for all his subscribers. Several badges and emojis are currently present. I'd like your feedback. What kind of badges and emojis would you like to see? And right now there's only one level you can join at. Let me know what other levels you'd be interested in. I really don't want to charge people extra money for an early view of a video. I believe that everyone should see the videos when they become available. But if you're really interested in something that I can provide, let me know and I will look into it. But for now, enjoy!